Hi guys and gals. It's going to be another one of my many pickup videos. Um, I've decided that I'm going to do, as you can see, there's a bunch of junk behind me. As I pack it away, I'm going to just do the pickup videos because there had been, there's plenty of stuff around here that I never got around to doing videos of, and I'm like, oh, heck with it, might as well do it now. Um, Even though part of me would like to just pack it up and move into my storage space, which, off topic, is getting to be, it kind of stinks. I'm not at a position where a lot of collectors are, where they could put their collection somewhere. I don't feel like I can even put it anywhere safe, even in a basement that we have. It's a dirt floor, but I even, because I can't remember the guy's name, but his basement got flooded. I wish I could find him on YouTube because I really liked him. I don't know if he collects anymore, but I really loved his videos. And so anyway, I'm going to continue with what I got recently. Um, I'd like to add that I got a Sega Saturn. Um, I think in the last video, I assume that I said that the guy couldn't find it, and he found it early in the morning, and he was cool. When I messaged him, I said, hey, if you ever find it, here when I went on, expecting a message, and did I ever find it? Here he found it. Um, so I just tried it, and it comes on with the DVD loading screen. I put in a game, and it wasn't doing anything. Um, the wasn't playing it or anything like that. So I have to get a controller and do the configuration, setting the date and time, and I should be able to test it from there. I don't remember hearing anything jiggle in it, but it did when I got it out. And I was thinking, I don't think, I put it in the truck and I moved it here. I didn't drop it. Um, I had it in the side of the floor next to where I get up in the bed. I know I kicked the box, um, but I don't think I kicked it hard enough to break anything. Like I said, if I did, gee, I hope I didn't. But I didn't hear anything jiggling in it before. Um, Actually, come to think of it, I might have heard something a little loose in there, and didn't really dawn on me too much. So I don't think I did that. I know I nudged the box with my foot, but I don't think it was, you know, pretty strong enough to hurt it. But anyway, I guess I have to open it up and see what's jiggling around. Um, so I'll have to get back on that because, like I said, I need a controller right now, and I know there's a local store, or there's some local stores that sell this stuff. Luckily for me, so they might have one, even if I get an off-brand or something, just to test it out. I'm curious what broke inside. Hopefully, it's just with my experience, sometimes a plastic piece just breaks off and jiggles around and doesn't affect the gameplay at all. But for whatever reason, it gets broken off. Um, so what I'm going to do is, like I said before, um, I'm going to show you what I got, latest pickups, and I'm also going to um, I'm going to show you forgive me, I'm doing this while I'm tired, um, and then I'll maybe update on Saturn later, but I'm going to show you various things over the times. As you can see here to my left shoulder my right shoulder that you left, there's a bunch of stuff here. I'm moving my mouse, and these boots I actually got for free, and that I got a great deal on the 360, and some bunch of stuff. I don't even remember what's in there, but it's got to be packed and put away, unfortunately. One day I hope to find myself in a position where I can display it, and a position where it's safe. I know a lot of people put it in the basement and it works out fine. I know, think of his name. He's a collector on here. He's the Metal Jesus friend. He puts it in his garage. I still feel a little unsafe doing that, but still, I got to put it somewhere important, somewhere one day, probably fire and waterproof, but that'll be the time. So let me start off with this. I won't even say the name because I know a lot of people will love it. Well, hold on, let me grab it. I don't know if I should give you a hint. Somebody who is quick with that eye, you'll see that it's one of the most, some people feel it's underrated, but it is a Dreamcast. First system to use the trigger buttons on a controller. According to who I got it from, it's been tested, works fine apparently. I could always test it myself, it's not a big deal. It was tested, and like probably mentioned it before, unfortunately the guy's getting out of it, which kind of stinks. His prices are good, but even more fun to me is he's local. I'm used to everybody driving. I'm used to driving at least probably 10 miles or more just to find someone remotely close. Luckily, there's a store that opened up not long ago, but he's very close to me. I could literally walk to his house. But it's got the, I don't know if I showed you, it's got the regular hookups, so you can probably see they're a little bit, like a little tangled here, and yeah, standard plug, I hate the camera, standard AV inputs, and of course, the best but not least is the system, regular white system. I paid $50 for that. It's about the average price for a Dreamcast. Great system. Of course, people are making games for it today. It's probably got a lot of, a lot of community, a lot of secret. It's like secret communities. Not real hard to find. Just Google them. But for the last game system of Sega that a lot feel never really reached its full potential, and I agree. I mean, it was very. Sega was, I guess, having their problems, and it finally took its strain. But I remember being excited for the Dreamcast when it came out and wanting to get one back in high school. And the funny thing was, when I did finally have the money, because I was finally started working, like the first job in my life, I was trained, ended up getting a bunch of 64 games. But I think, no, I didn't have quite enough for what I wanted. But I wanted to pick up a Dreamcast at the time. The gun game, House of Dead 2, and I didn't have quite enough. I had enough just for the game, and I just decided to pass. Wasn't too much of a loss, not so much in the Dreamcast part, but House of the Dead it's even on the Dreamcast, it's not easy. So it's pretty cool. Gives you an incentive to play it, but um, they did make a game based off House of the Dead too, called Typing of the Dead. So I'm sure some of you who are big Dreamcast fans heard about that. I know we picked it up, and I'm looking at it like, I figured it'd be a collector's item, and I thought, you know what, let me give this a go. I ended up loving it. Let friends play it; they loved it too. I was like, wow, I can actually. It's one of the few games that actually people just come over and start playing. Probably because a lot of people want to learn how to type. But what's funny is it's like a good teaching tool. It's too bad, like teachers don't use it today because it might actually work. Um, but it give kids incentive or something. But anyway, let's go to the next one, and I'm sure a lot of people will be excited to see the console, because it's not always the easiest one to find. But let's see. One of these days, I'm actually going to get a desk and do it like all the other normal collectors. But right now, this is what we're going to have to put up with. Okay. Let's see if I can just. Doesn't have the little nub thing on the controller, but it does have growth controllers, and it's a system I remember working with somebody, and they wanted one, and they were actually surprised that I knew what it was because of my age. Now, I'm 36, but you know, he was a lot, I shouldn't say a lot older, maybe in his mid 40s, mid 40s maybe. But he was surprised that I actually knew what it was. Maybe he didn't realize that at the time I was figured 32, or actually 31. So a lot of people that I was working with there thought I was like in my early 20s. So this is, let's see here. Show you the face so you don't. Show you the face so you don't. Just noticed the bottom part was out of whack with the top. I don't know if that's made like that or not. But well, it's possible someone had to fix it at one point. But anyway, here we go. There you go. The ColecoVision. That's right. Yeah, it comes with, you can see the two remotes there. One of them, this guy here, doesn't have the nubby. The back, I just noticed, is a tad off. I don't know if sometimes people do their own repairs. So obviously sometimes they're not the most perfect, but I mean, this stuff does break down. Unfortunately, as it is, before I go on, let's see, I've got the regular hookup for it. Two, that's what I need here. Definitely, there we go. I hate the angling of this camera, but the two prong, that's why it's good to keep an older TV set around. So probably, I think there's converter boxes. I can get one of those. I got the old, well, this thing's huge too, to today, well, actually not to today's, but ColecoVision standard plug. Now, I don't actually know what to say next, because I try to save the best for last. But let's see here, I got I think no, it shows you how dusty. But anyway, when I brought him over, he brought them over, and I think I have 2 ColecoVision games and 2 Atari games. He threw the games in. He threw 1 bonus in. The games actually were a bonus. I wasn't expecting those. But he probably just wanted to get rid of them. And I'm like, you know what? Fine. You know, it's best to get rid of them. And I'm always happy to give a game a home, no matter how common it is or how hated it is or whatever it may be. Maybe, but I got, looks like Smurf. You can see the 2 screws there on the front. And if you notice, it looks like someone wrote a 5. I don't know what that stood for anything, but it's also, you know, it's funny because it's also at the top there a little bit. It's also on the back. Someone like scratched it in there. Somebody was probably bored. I remember that as a kid, where you don't value anything and you're bored and you need something to do. And Asteroids. This is a fairly common game, so I believe I probably have this, but it doesn't matter. Now, I think these are the 2 ColecoVision games, because it says ColecoVision, but I got Carnival by Sega. You see there's a little wear there on the top. I see that a lot. People moving the games around, throwing them around. This one looks neat because it kind of looks like a computer game. I think it looks a little bit like a Vectrex game, but it's Frantic Freddy. It says video game cartridges for the ColecoVision console. As you can see right there. Hard to focus with my shitty ass camera. I'm going to try to give you an idea there. Okay. Now, the best for last. I saw this. It looks like a tiny console itself. It is the ColecoVision expansion module. I believe this is the first one I got. I might have. I think it's. I might. I think it's the first one. I might have another one. I don't know. It might be my first one, but it's cool because this allows you to play Atari games, which, you know, is, think about that company that makes the thing that you could play, your competitors, cartridges in. Atari and the Asteroids game fits in there quite nice. So let's see. So I'm going to do a video on the Sega Saturn, just a small update. Nothing particularly big, but I figured, you know what, I'm up. I was getting doozy and tired, and I'll probably fall asleep now sometime a little later, but I got a small second wind, or a small wind as they say. Like I said, there's plenty of stuff to be had, shown, so many stories and so many things I'd love to do in the future. I'm going to put this out there now, even though I think what's funny is my gut's almost telling me it's possible. I just don't know why. But I would actually love to do this as a full-time job, just picking up games and you know, showing guys what they were, because I just love every game, even if it's bad or it's common. I mean, I want to explore the story behind every game and all the people who made it happen. And, you know, from A to Z, to me, it's always awesome. You know, so sweet. You know, to see how many people in it. Even if it's common or people, I want to find out the true story. So you know, that's why if I get, you know, no matter how many copies of Sonic 2 I get, I have so many memories with that game from my old best friend letting me borrow his Sega. I just played it, and even though I kept dying, I loved it. I thought it was an accomplishment to like get to the last. It was a second level boss or something. Like I finally beat him or something like that, and it was like I think getting to that was an accomplishment to me when I was a kid. I remember, and you know, it seems every time I get another one, it's just like, I guess, reliving those memories again or whatnot. Um, but there's so many things I want to do on this channel, so many things I want to explore, and I'd love to explore them with everybody. I wish anyone out there the best of luck. You know, I, I've, I've, uh, I've been doing this for some time. You know, I wish I could. Practically my whole life. The problem is, you know, I really didn't get into it till I started having funds. But I've just loved it since I was a little kid. I just loved everything about it. You know, anything I get my hands on, I wanted to play. Very passionate about it. But you know, uh, I like to say I see a lot of collectors, and at first, you know, I was intimidated. I was like, oh, you know, stay away from my games. And you know, I've come to realize that, you know, excuse me here, my lips are a little bit dry, but we're all part of an ecosystem that, you know, I can't be everywhere at once. So um, I'm glad that there's other people around the United States and the world that can pick up stuff and, you know, give it new life. Even putting it on eBay is, you know, is as much as I'm half and half on eBay. It's there, and it's good there. It's good for a reason. Uh, but yeah, like I said, I don't know how this could happen, but um, I the only way that I think putting these videos up and possibly, you know, having so many, the only way I could possibly do this full time is literally like just having a bunch of views. And I'm very opinionated. Um, so, you know, some people, if I, you know, if I do some videos on news, some people might be offended by that. I try not to be, you know, try not to be biased, but you know, I do have an opinion. Um, but it's not that I wanted to do this channel to start anything or even become rich and become famous, whatever. I just did it because for years I've seen a lot of people doing the same thing. I've been watching them since, you know, I'm going to say maybe 2009, 2010. And, you know, I've just been watching all these different YouTubers in the retro gaming community, in the collecting community, because I take anything and everything. And, you know, I miss some of them, really. Some of them I miss. I wish some of them would come back. One day I'll just do a list of those people. But it was neat seeing those people start out and what they came out with, and the content they made. It was just homely people like me showing what they collected, and some people sold, and a lot of people did that actually, but people would have little contests and whatnot. And, you know, there's one particular person I actually really enjoyed the most, but I don't think, last I looked he wasn't around, but he might be, I don't know. I really did enjoy his content, but you know, to each his own. Like I said, I I came on here to share basically my passion with people. I need to be more active on Facebook, but I had at least one group. Now I have two that I love. Um, I just discuss retro games, and there's a big group on there that I love that's not mine, because excuse me, that person's like me, they collect. But the real reason I'm here is just to share with everybody. The real reason I'm here is to meet other people, because it's very hard to do that. People, like I said, they're very either opinionated. I don't know. Sometimes it almost feels like they're antisocial. I don't really think they are, but everybody's got their little clique of friends, and I just find it hard to click with people who are in the same interest. I mean, I talk to them. A lot of people seem to join my discussions, but as far as friends go, you can't really make any friends that just talk. Luckily, I have my Facebook group, and people just message me out of nowhere, and it's really cool. But you know, it's really neat to be able to talk about your favorite love and your passion. Um, and I just came here because there's nowhere else for me to really engage in people other than you know maybe forums or something. But people can see me now, and they can be like, hey, blah 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 blah. Um, but I'm hoping, and I'm not saying this is ever going to happen. I don't know why, but I just want to say that for some reason, my God is telling me that, you know, it's possible that people can see my videos and enjoy them for some reason. This guy, you know, he collects games, he does whatever. You'll see various different things that only collectors would enjoy in the future, and various different things you probably think are boring. I might do things on videos, but the thing of it is, I can't help but wonder. I know somebody had said this. I can't remember what the comment was about full time or something. I don't know if they could collect video games full time, they would, or you know, they. I don't exactly remember uh, what the comment was, or it was like, maybe I wish I could do my hobby full time. And I thought to myself, YouTube is really the only way uh, that I believe a video collector could collect games full time while making videos, showing the world what he or she has gotten, um, and that the world could see that and say, hey, we really enjoy this guy or girl's content. They'll watch it and enjoy it, and from those views, that possibly could generate you money paying for your passion, because you're showing your passion here on YouTube. Um, but whether that can actually happen, I don't know. I'm going to find out sometime. But, you know, I can't shake that feeling of is it possible? Uh, there's a guy named Dally. I remember watching him. He does like underwater videos, and I think even he was shocked at the fact that people are just willing to watch and love the content. But when I watched his videos, I loved them. I was like, oh, this is great. This is cool being underwater. Where most people never get to be underwater, let alone film it underwater. And he does it all the time. He loves it, and that's his passion. And I thought to myself, you know, I, like he probably thought it was, or didn't picture it. But I look at his content, and I'm thinking to myself, like, all right, you bring a new experience. You bring that underwater, you bring that treasure hunting, aspect to it, and it's like, oh, that's cool. Like you don't get to see that. So I could see why his videos went viral, and he's actually useful. He actually found some guns on the water, so we have no idea if they were, you know, using a crime or people just got rid of them. But so he can be useful for law enforcement. But me, I'm just some guy sharing that passion about video games. And as the time goes on, I'm going to get more and more involved, and make more uh, deeply involved aspects of the games, and really give them a new light that no one really does, um, and share that passion with you guys. But in all seriousness, as much as I think it's fun, and as much as I'd love to do this, because I absolutely love video games, collecting them, finding new things, learning new things, um, I honestly can't picture, um, I honestly just can't picture why anybody would watch my videos other than collectors, or maybe, even with the AVGN, he's, got an entertainment value. I'm just some guy who's going to show you what he loves. And I just don't foresee it becoming big, ever. I don't actually see what the appeal would be for me to show you what you like, collectors like, I'm sorry. And, what the appeal would be for everyone else. Like, you know, maybe an opinion or a debate, but, like, I don't see it. I just don't see the channel ever becoming big enough where I'm making, one of these top YouTube stars so I can be making money and paying for this thing that I love the most. But, there's that possibility. That's not why I'm here, though. It's just, would I love anything? I'd love anything in the world to do this full time, to be making the money to do what I love. But I don't know if it's really possible. Um, I mean, anything is possible, really. But I will say that, you know, in some ways, I almost feel blessed, because I've, I've, I'm sorry about this explanation, but I'm hoping you won't mind. You can always just end the video when you're done seeing the stuff, but um, I'm hoping that, oh man, I hate when I lose my track of thought. Um, I absolutely hate that. Right now, I'm in the middle of a video, too. At the worst fucking time. Anyway, um, but I'm just hoping people see me for what I am, and that's really what it's going to boil down to. And hopefully, I'll make a few friends along the way. Maybe I'll hang out with some collectors, and stuff like that. But the funny thing is, I get very, very competitive. Sometimes I wonder if it's best I don't do it, but I still like to talk to people. You never know. There's so much stuff out there. You guys, I've seen so many awesome collectors out there. You're better than I am, because you can give stuff away for free, or you give your friends stuff. I'd rather just give you money. I'd rather just, if a copy of Sonic 2 is $2, I'd rather just give you $2 and keep the game. To me, that game's far worth more than $2, especially the time you can get out of it. There's a few different ways to play it. Just an example, there's a lot of great games out there. I picked Sonic 2 because that's where, it's a common game. It's cheap. Anytime I see it cheap, I usually pick it up, and it's, got a lot of great memories. Maybe I'll do some videos out there, but like I was saying, a guy who's going to show his passions, and hope people see him for what they are. And it's like, I don't ever expect uh, to be making any kind of money doing this. I mean, it would be great. Like I said, I love it. I wish I could do it full time. I'm here for that very small possibility, because I guess theoretically it would happen to anybody. Like I said, I don't exactly know what my appeal to you guys in YouTube land would be, but at least you'll see that I'm very passionate and I love what I do and who I am. And now I remember what I was going to say. I was saying earlier that I was feeling a little blessed. it's a hard subject for me because, like I said, um, growing up, we didn't have a lot. And growing up, there weren't, I went to foster care, and they were not very friendly about video games. They didn't really let me have them, which hindered my progress about collecting them, even though I wanted them so bad. They started loosening up at the end when I was starting to get toward the end of high school, but still, it was sad because I really, really wanted to be an active collector. And it just, I've always, and on the other hand, I've always been a little, I was very tight with my money, because I was always afraid of not having any. I've learned to loosen up over the years a lot better, which is another many blessings. And the truth of it is, um, when I think about it, as crazy as it sounds, everything happens for a reason. So I'm here um, with you guys. I mean, if it means anything, video game stores have popped up a lot. Unfortunately, some went out of business, but there's a huge market for retro games, and there's a lot of retro collectors. And had I been doing it a few years ago, almost 20 years ago, there probably wouldn't have been so many people. I mean, YouTube wasn't a thing, and it's just like, if I had started with that, maybe I wouldn't have been so exciting. But I'm coming in when there's a bunch of people I've seen on YouTube, new YouTube people I never heard of, this guy subscribed me, and I thought, oh, this is awesome, a new collector. I mean, they're everywhere now. They're on Instagram, I mean, every social media, Facebook, and like, I just feel that almost, as much as it sucks, I probably come in at a right time. But like I said, I'm just here to share my passion, and I hope I can share it with you too. I hope, even though I'm boring and I talk, um, through time you'll see how much I really just love these pieces of plastic and metal. I guess you could say a little metal, but just what goes into them, what makes them happen, what start to finish, and stories behind them, and even after them. But if you, I don't think, I don't really know why. I mean, YouTube, of course, could make me enough money to do this for full time. I don't exactly know why, because I don't think anyone's going to find my videos as entertaining as the big YouTube stars. So there's no really reason why I should be getting a bunch of hits. Like I said, with Dally, he gets to go underwater, so it's always a new adventure. So I could see the appeal of his videos. Mine, not really. Um, I don't. The only way I could ever foresee anyone actually full-time collecting is another way of making income. But if you want to prove with the virtual impossible, watch my videos, comment, rate, comment, subscribe. Tell your friends, share it. Excuse me. Um, but that's the only way. Like I said, uh, this is just a passion. I look forward to making fans. I look forward to making friends. And I look forward to meeting the Game Chasers, meeting a bunch of other people, going to special events like Too Many Games or PAX East, PAX West, whenever they take place if I can. But more importantly, when these videos ever become big, if they ever do, and even if they, to the point I really don't think they ever will, but when I'm getting a few views, even, yeah, maybe if I'm lucky, 50,000, uh, I'm gonna be honest with you, I'm gonna love and like each and every one of my followers, each and every one of the people who support me, because, you guys make me who I am. You're gonna make me who I am at one point. But really, I just want to make friends. I just want to be here and meet people. So, when that happens, I look forward to getting fan mail. Most of all, just knowing how awesome you guys are in the world, and you're, awesome people. Even if you don't realize it, I just love meeting people, making new friends, and socializing. And if you want to prove the impossible, help me get there. But I'm, like I said, I'm not here to, I didn't come on YouTube to make it big, to make it myself known, to make myself one of those awesome big YouTube stars. I just came here to share my passion, and I'll be a blessed person if I get to the point one day where I need a P.O. box to get all the awesome letters you guys are going to send me. Sure, I'd take, whatever donations, but I don't even like saying it because I don't want to feel like I want them. I just want to hear from you. So your letters, one day, when I start getting letters, that'll make me a very happy person, because it'll come from the heart. Um, that's what matters to me most. And I just want to share this passion that games aren't, just entertainment. They're an art. They're a passion. The people who go into them, they pour their hearts into them. So it's not like they're just, shovelware. Some people say that people really do care about them. And there's a lot of amazing, talented people out there who made them what they are today. And some of those people aren't here with us. One of these days, I'm going to explore that side of it too. But, they're amazing people. They have amazing talents and gifts, and they made the video game industry what it is today. I live in America, so there's a lot of people in America who, made that possible. The video game industry started in 1972, but there's also people abroad, the people in Japan and other countries that, have made great games or contributed to these great games. So they need to be recognized. But I hope you don't mind my little, you know, getting off this subject, but you can kind of see how passionate I am about these things. If you've watched this, I want to thank you. I'm going to put up, a few videos in the future. Like I said, I might update on the Saturn. I just have to get a controller. I might open it and get that bouncy piece of the plastic out of it. Um, but I slipped in a game and it didn't read it. I'm not saying that it's broken. It's just stuck on the battery screen. Now maybe I can remove the battery or something. I don't know, but that might be a trick to get around it. But even so, I'm still going to need a controller. At least I believe I will, to be able to see if it works properly. But so that's it on this awesome Sunday. I'm going to find out later if I work with my brother, because we have a project we need to get done. Yeah, I figured shouldn't have did this really. I'm tired, but I figured I'd just get it over with, because this back room here is where my brother and my friend hang out, and it's kind of annoying because they don't have any quiet time. So now I can, put up a video with that no one's around making noise, and the dogs aren't back here making noises. So this is Al signing off. Make sure to rate, comment, and subscribe. I really would love to hear your comments. And have a nice, safe Sunday, and enjoy your, assuming you have off, enjoy your day off. Goodbye.